Hi everyone, today's episode of Crypto Gaming Spotlight. My name is Matt and I am the community manager for Goat Guild. Today we are looking at Axie Infinity Origins. It is available for a test run, which is fantastic. It has an early release and we have been enjoying it. There are a lot of ups and a lot of downs, and we're just going to take a quick peek into them and give you our point of view. Axie Origins is a huge upgrade from the original Axie game. The original game did have, its ups and downs with graphics and different things like that. Turns were really a huge debate. It really depended on speed stats and things like that. With the newer game, the cinematography is spectacular if you sit it side by side, as is the graphics. With the turn-based gameplay, it is a lot different as well. It does combine a few elements from a few different games that we've all probably played as kids, and if you pick it up, which you can as a free-to-play game, it does come with 3 Axies already preloaded for you to play. It doesn't have that barrier to entry that the original Axie Infinity did. Now, if you do own Axies, you can bring them into the game and it doesn't remove those free-to-play pieces. So if, for instance, you notice that one of the team that they provided to you is better than what your team itself has, you can continue using it even if you load your own Axies into the game, which is amazing. It does rely on the cards very similar to the original game, and it does rely on mana to be able to make those plays with those cards. The biggest thing that you do need to keep in mind is that each turn you only get 3 mana. There are cards, of course, that if they do one thing, then you gain a mana with the other. Usually it just counteracts the use of what it has provided or has taken away. The number of mana you get per turn does not increase. First turn you do get 2 if you play first, but if you play second, you automatically get those 3, and you gotta put them to use. You draw 5 cards each turn, and from there you have 3 mana to use on them, whether they cost 0, 1, or 2 mana to use. There are cards that cost 0, they are few and far between, and they don't do as much damage as you wish they would, but it's something to just make sure you're strategizing. Another big part to Axie Origins is that long-term strategy is difficult to play with. At the end of every turn, any of the cards that you don't use automatically go to your discard pile, which means at the beginning of your next turn you draw 5 new cards. Who knows what they'll be. With the inability to strategize from one turn to the next, it does offer that availability for newer players to come in without being too concerned about the level of gameplay. There are, of course, players that have played the original Axie for quite some time and are used to the cards that they're seeing, and so it does help to have played, of course, and it does help to practice in every aspect, but with not needing to think, okay, if I hang on to this card to use on this mana next turn, because you will get a new hand each and every turn, so it is easier for newer players to jump in and play at a similar level. Of course, practice does always make perfect, so get in there, get your practice in before the game itself leaves the early release, and make sure you're practiced and ready to go for those tournaments when they come out. With this episode of Crypto Gaming Spotlight, again, I am Matt, Goat Guild's community manager, and we look forward to seeing you. Make sure to hop in our Discord and have that conversation with us.